2 years ago, I was getting introduced to self-improvement. I was watching all kinds of videos, reading books, and I've learned a lot during that time period. And there were a lot of new habits that I wanted to introduce into my schedule. But here's the problem. I didn't have enough time. I had to be at school for 8 hours. I had to focus on families. I had to do my homework. I didn't have much time to implement these self-improvement habits into my schedule. But then I thought, what if I created a strict military timetable, a sort of regimen that I could follow each and every day? That way I could block out specific time for homework, family, and the self-improvement habits that I wanted to practice into my schedule. And so I tried that out for 3 days, and at the end of those 3 days, I managed to open 5 hours of free time. Before this, I only had 1 hour to spare, but now I had 5 hours. On top of that, getting 8+ hours of sleep. And note, I'm still going to school 8 hours, Monday through Friday. Now I'm going to show you how you can open up your schedule like I did to have up to 5 hours of free time for the important things in your life while getting 8+ hours of sleep, working a 9 to 5. Let's get into it. Now it is very important for you to follow a strict military routine that you need to follow to the T, like it's life or death. A lot of people say that you don't need this strict routine, you just go with the flow, you don't need discipline. But you need that discipline. The reason for this? Well, you could waste 1+ hours of your time simply by just slacking off, scrolling on your phone, going on Instagram, and going with the flow. Now, if 1 hour or maybe a couple of hours isn't worth that much time for you, and it's not that important to you, what if I told you that 1 hour of your time was worth $500. Now I know that you're probably trying to start a business or you're trying to find some money, but $500 is a lot. In a single day, that's a lot of money. That can make $10,000 per month, and everyone wants $10,000 per month. But if you waste that 1 hour of time just by slacking off, you're losing that $500. And this is not imaginatory. You could actually be losing $500 per hour based on, the compound effect. So yeah, that's the reason why you need a strict military routine. For example, if you wake up at 6 a.m., in 10 minutes, 6:10 a.m., you're going to be taking a cold shower. And I know it's a little hard to, stay on track and to do this at this exact time. So here's a little tip that I have for you. I suggest that you have an alarm. For example, you need to take a cold shower at 6:10 a.m. or when you meditate for 10 minutes, etc., etc. I found this to be useful because it made me stay on track. Now that you know some prior knowledge about the strict military routine, I'm gonna actually show you my strict military routine that I'm following each and every day right now, and you can use my routine as inspiration so you can make your own routine. Let's get into it. So as you can see here, I have everything laid out on Google Calendar. Now I personally recommend you have Google Calendar if you want to be a little more minimalistic or stylish, or if you have an Apple computer, you can use Apple Notes or some other calendar, as long as they have these type of features that I'm going to be showing to you. And so what I did first to craft my routine is I laid out the basics. So of course, I sleep from 8:30 p.m. to, I should update this, I sleep till 5 to get more of that sleep in. I take a cold shower. I even put in there, I dry up. That's how specific we want to be with this military routine. And as soon as I'm done drying up, I get into my room and I start my deep work for the day. Now with this, you could put anything in there. Maybe if you have gym equipment at home in your basement, or you're waking up at a later time, you could put in here, oh, I'm gonna work out at the gym. I'm gonna lift some weights, right? And then you could see I have some white space here. That's just part of my schedule. That's time for my family. And after this, I look at the sun, drink some coffee, right, to get that energy going. And then I get ready for school. And this is where I go to school for 8 hours, right? And I'm still getting roughly 4 to 5 hours of whatever I want to do here per day, right? And so after school, I take a nap so I could regain that energy back. I hop right into deep work on my business. And then I have to change this here. I go to the gym now Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. After the gym, I'll have a light snack and then I go to sleep. And then I just repeat this routine over and over and over again. Now, I know this is going to sound very depressing, like, oh my gosh, I have to, follow this routine like a robot. But there will be times where you can't follow the schedule. And not following the schedule is actually depressing because this is all idealistic, right? Because shit happens, right? Maybe you have to go somewhere with your family, right? And it's very important. Or maybe you have parent conferences, at high school or something. And so, yeah, don't worry that the schedule is depressing. It actually makes you feel more accomplished at the end of the day because you got everything done. Now, I'm going to have humility and say this. I do need to do this myself, but make sure you schedule in your weekends. Because if you're like me and you're in school, or if you have a 9-to-5 job, but you don't work on the weekends, your weekends are the time to shine. You could get so much work done. You could work on your self-improvement habits. You could, read a lot of books and catch up on a lot of things. You see, me personally, I get a lot of my homework done on the weekends. That way I have more room and more time for these self-improvement habits during the day. But yes, use your weekends wisely. And yeah, that's pretty much it for my schedule. So that's all for the video. If you liked the video, there's a button for that. So be sure to press it if you did. Comment any video ideas or requests that you have down below. And subscribe if you want more content that keeps you engaged right till the end. Have an awesome day ahead. Thank you so much for sticking around and watching. Peace.